We now return to Let's Play Orcs Must Die, the finale. I'm pretty nervous about this one, not gonna lie.
Without the rifts, there's no magic anymore. On either side. Did the Order Mages know? They must have.
Okay. So I have looked at quite a few strategies, and by quite a few I mean, you know what, that might actually be a thing. I mean that the first, I don't know, 4 that I found are all completely different. So there's a whole smattering of opinion on how to do this, apparently. But the one that I did find that is the simplest, I think will be effective for my needs. In fact, the guy managed to accomplish the whole thing with only... I really do kind of want to drop this. I think I'll be fine without it, though. This, I don't know if I'm going to do this or not. It's kind of expensive. Like, it's really expensive. And this would kind of help out a little bit more. I don't know. Yeah, so the one that I watched actually managed to do this with only 2 traps. He managed to do it with these and the paladins. I've not used the paladins before, but this is going to be one of the first times that I do. Oh, and I will also be using the Knowledge Weaver.
You have chosen well.
So this will allow me to run faster. This will give me mana back when traps kill, and this will allow the rift to defend itself slightly.
Fight well, War Mage.
Okay, that leaves me just a very small smattering of some other things to do here. So I kind of... do I want to get started with that, or do I want to use the mushroom trap? So the initial setup is to go bam 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 all the way along with these traps here, but I think maybe I'll just go ahead and get started with one of these. So we'll try this here. So I'm going to use this. I've also got my wiki open, and this ring here might be useful this round, I don't know. I'm going to try and use it, see how well it does. First order of business was we're going to have the fire ogre. Now the way this works is that for the first round they will alternate in the paths that they go through. So they start at the north and they open at the east, south, west, and then we get a break, and then that's when things really get fun. But I will have a fire ogre first thing, so that's the first thing that I need to deal with. And well, actually what I need to do is probably put a few of these down. I shouldn't have put that one down now because I'm not going to be able to... well, whatever. Okay, let my magic pick up because time is not running right now as far as the game is concerned. So we'll just kind of fill up. We'll run back to the crossbow as soon as I lay this down. And here we go.
Quiet, you. I'm trying to think. It's really hard.
Damn it. Now there's a very interesting thing with the pathfinding. As you can see, they're just kind of running off. Okay, now I've got to fucking hurry. This may have been my doom.
A little present for you.
Shit. Could end up using that. I don't think I'll need to.
Give for pleasure.
Ow. Missed one.
Yes!
This is getting really hectic.
Oh yeah. It'll hurt a lot.
I may be in some trouble here. Hold on. What are we facing? Okay. Crossbow orcs. That might be painful to me. Damn it. Okay. I may need a little bit of help here. Where are they coming at? Okay, pause for a minute. I need to head to the west gate. That's this way.
You'll never see this coming. Step right this way, Mr. Orc.
Fuck, come on.
In the face! Break time!
Okay. Okay. So, this now will rely upon putting one of these guys at every entrance, and we will continue to seal this up as we go. Okay. I think we'll just have to do that for now. And what are we looking at now? South Gate Frost Ogre, South Gate Fire Ogre. So we need to be on this end and getting them ready. Eventually, the money should come in to the point where I'm able to do this more effectively, but let's begin.
I will rule the world. You can't stop me.
Damn it. Shit. Damn it. I saw a coin somewhere.
How you like me now?
Alright, now what? We are on no hunters. Well, shit. In the North Gate, East Gate, and South Gate. So, I've got enough for... I've got enough. So it's got to be north. So I guess here.
Like this one.
We'll do that one. And we'll do that one.
Right this way, Mr. Orc.
Shit. Hold on. I appear to have missed the sappers that are coming from everywhere, so... Who's... Okay, pause. Orc warriors, orc warriors, orc warriors. Okay, so I think this is where I can take a little bit of a break. No, I should probably put down Gnoll Hunters first, because that comes down on every single one in round 8. So let's spend the money on that first.
It'll hurt a lot. Voila! Ooh, here's
And
a
I
good
appear
one.
to have lost my guy here, so... But, okay. This is east, south, and west. I'm seeing one from... What round are we on? 7? East, south, west. It looks like they're coming from the north as well, so, a little bit of a problem there.
In your face!
Where are we at?
That was fun!
Alright. I want you to come back. Thank you. Okay, we need one for you. Okay, now, this is East Gate. This is number 8. Am I looking at the wrong thing here? No. Okay, they're coming. Holy shit. They are definitely not fucking Christ. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? I can't fucking hear him. Holy Jesus. Okay, this is... So,
Last thing
I would
you'll
like
ever see.
to get some swinging traps in here if we can do it, but I appear to keep losing my guys. Like, a lot, and this is costing me a hell of a lot of money. So I should have taken that trap after all. We are on number 9. We're going to have North Gates Armored Ogres. Okay, so here's the thing. I have up here these rolling traps, and these rolling traps could be used, but they will be used at the very end. So, what I need to do... got 1,500. Do we want to do swinging traps at the north? North, north, north? Oh, you were... Okay, well that's fine. I'm actually okay with the guy standing there. So, why don't we do... Actually, ooh, I've got these. Okay, we will hold on for a minute there. North gates are going to be number 9, and only number 9. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to have to kill one. I'm going to have to wait until they come. Shit. Okay. Ah, okay. You see those entryway things? Pause for a minute. I forgot about the logs over the entryways. Okay, we're gonna have kobold sappers over everything. So, and a fire ogre on the north side. Okay, this could be really. This is where I needed the slow traps. It's possible I can put down fire traps real quick.
Looking good.
Coming out of the north. Good, 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 good. I got a guy there. Now they're coming out of the south. You. Come after me, come after me, come after me. Gotcha.
One for you, and one for
Okay, where are we at? 11? Okay, this is going to be crossbow orcs and a north gates fire ogre. North, north, north? Or frost ogre, rather.
I won't let you do it. I won't.
Shit, we lost one. Okay, the guide lies. Where the fuck? Nah, that doesn't work against them, dumbass. Okay, this is the one where we're just going to stand back and we're going to use these. I was lied to, but I don't care.
Why won't you die?
That appears not to have worked. Shit, I think I sent these one off too soon. Ah, fucking god damn it. Where else, where else, where else? God damn it! Fuck me. I'm gonna have to drag this guy nearby. Come on. You guys, come on. Fuck. Get dead. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, whoever wrote the wiki lied, because that was not true at all. They missed out on the frost ogres coming out. It says there was only a fire ogre supposed to be there, so they missed out on the frost ogres. And they lied. It says north gate, and it came out of the south gate, so I'm blaming that on that. but not bad for first try. I mean, really, we only lost 5. We were still well under par, so if I had just known that a little bit better and maybe put down paladins... The problem is, this is so hectic, I just don't have time. I personally don't move fast enough. I don't have time to get everything. And it seems like those logs were completely mistimed. I don't know how to time those better. I don't know where on the mini-map I should have been watching for them to come through. 2 of them hadn't even looked like they'd been through the gate yet. But we apparently got the armored ogres because there were supposed to be 2 armored ogres coming out of that last one. I didn't see them. Actually, 4 armored ogres. So those ones must have been got by the barricade, or the logs, rather. But still.
Every war mage in the Order knew, of course. To stop the Horde forever, the rifts must be closed. It's a simple thing. Step back through and seal all the rifts behind him with a gesture and a thought. A spell even the most dim-witted of us could manage. When the rifts close, the magic dies. Of course, that means no more mind-controlled orcs and ogres. But it also means no more fortresses strengthened by magic. No more summoned rain clouds when the droughts come. No more village spells to help heal the sick. Without magic, the world beyond the rift changes. But our world changes too, and not necessarily for the better. It took courage to make that choice. Courage that only one member of the Order had in the end. Either courage, or a particular brand of stubborn stupidity.
Nightmare mode. We're definitely not doing that. Okay, well, all in all, not bad. For a first time at the finale, and trying to piece together a few strategies, I don't think that was too bad. I think that it would have been more effective if I had been able to put down swinging things. My idea for this had been that I was going to put down swinging maces over top of the paladins. And I kind of understaffed my paladins anyway because I didn't max out all of my guardians. You can actually put down, I think, 12. Anyway, the guide that I saw, anyway, had 3 on each. So basically 6 to a corner, which probably would have done a lot better, as well as having that trap there. As we saw, that trap actually did kind of help out a little bit. But so if I just, I guess, another situation where I should have relied on my traps more. Because if I had just sort of stayed in the center and helped out the paladins as they needed it, that might have probably done me a little bit better. And, you know, if I had maybe also got myself a few more ogres with the mushrooms to kind of stand and block stuff, I should have checked too. Because if the ogres died, I might have been able to bring up those mushroom traps, and then I would have gotten somebody new, because who knows, maybe there was a kobold that ran across it, and the kobold was trying to stop everything. But so it's possible to do it with limited traps, as we saw. If I had been more effective at it, I think I could have done it without letting some through. A couple more guardians specifically by the rift probably would have done it. And it even, you know, I left everything open. One of the strategies I saw was to close off everything but one entrance. And so if I'd done that as well, rather than put down the paladins, because those are expensive, for the price of 3 paladins, I could have put down a whole mess of barricades. And all I really would have had to worry about was the kobolds, and I could have perhaps done something about that with you know, traps down at the bottom of the stairs, or even guardians down at the bottom of the stairs. Up, I don't know. But, yeah, so there were a number of different things I could have done in the last mission, but still, I'm pretty pleased with it as it is. In fact, I was pretty pleased with how everything went. Like I said, most of this was blind for me, blind in that I had not done it myself. I actually did a little bit of research, and I think that helped. I think that helped me a lot, because This, from what I remember seeing when this game came out, there was lots of Let's Plays of it, and people were frustrated. And I think it's gotten a reputation deservedly as a difficult game, because it is. I would have been lost in a few situations, and in what was it? This Gateway, the Squeeze, one of these that these ladder ones where I had to actually, maybe it was Stairs of Doom actually. No, that was different. Well, anyway. When I tried to do something myself, I was just failing, and I was completely frustrated. That was completely unnecessary, doing it the right way. So, but, overall, I did enjoy the game, which, I don't play these kinds of games, so I guess there's something to be said for that. I think it's a really well done game. For just looking at the game mechanics, they did it pretty well. They did it really well also in this skull thing where not only is there an incentive to get these skulls because then you get your upgrades, but the fact that you can go back with the upgrades and 5-skull this stuff, that's amazing, because most games, if you go back to a level, then you're stuck with what you start with at a level, you know what I mean? So it allows you to kind of push through a little bit further. You might not be able to beat one of these levels until much later, but you can go back and then you can get skulls that might help you get some upgrades. The upgrades are actually kind of difficult, I think, to know which ones to take, and I think that ultimately comes down to personal preference for your traps. Like, I know that this was probably pretty useful, but the fact that I used, and not so much these later, maybe I shouldn't have wasted points on this when I did at the beginning, but definitely, like, these traps were my standbys, and later on I could have saved some skulls for other things that might have been more useful. But at the same time, there were also traps that I can't see how they would be useful. Like this one, maybe there's a combo where this becomes useful. I didn't see the Storm Zapper becoming all that useful. Obviously, the Gauntlet was a little bit more effective, the Ice Gauntlet, against flyers than this. But maybe there are strategies where these all come into play, and if I dropped down these in that last mission, maybe I would have had the money to just spam paladins everywhere and have all my traps ready to go. I don't know. The one guide that I did, or that I was imitating there, partially, because I didn't, of course, do everything perfectly, but that guy, or no, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was one of the other ones, actually. I think it was one of the other ones, was very focused on combos. And so when you set up traps, it creates combos that then provide you more coins for every kill. So it's based upon how many traps are attacking a target at the same time. So then put all that on top of a coin forge, and maybe that's the strategy for that. That's one thing that I think they did very well with the game, is that even though I've been following guides, there are many different ways to do this. There's no real right way to do the levels. I mean, the wiki is different than the 5-skull guides on YouTube. I mean, that alone says that there's a large difference in in how you can get something like that done. And like I said, the finale itself, I found 4 different ways of doing it. So I think they did a really good job in that regard, that it gives players flexibility. I don't necessarily say that there's a lot of replayability to the game. There is if you're just constantly trying to finish off a level. But beyond that, obviously there is the campaign and nightmare mode, and that's just sort of your own challenge. But once this is done, there's no reason to go back in. It's not like getting 5 skulls on it again gives you more skulls for upgrades or anything. And I realize not everyone probably had a first time like I did here, which went pretty well, and obviously I've gone back and filled in several of these. But, so, the game has very simple controls. It looks good, and I think it still holds up after, 8-9 years now? So, it's a good game. Obviously, the next game has improvements and multiplayer, which I imagine does even better. But for what it is, I think it's a pretty decent game. I'm not too upset by it. Like I said, that probably is tainted a little bit by success. I'd probably have a lot different feelings on it if this was 10 years ago and had no guidance or whatsoever, and I was trying to figure it all out myself. But I'm not regretting the decision to play this. It is challenging, I will say that. But like I said, there's the flexibility in how you can solve these problems. They are solvable. There is a solution to these, and a lot of it I ignored. Like I said, there were log traps at the end level there, that right next to the doors, that I forgot about, that I actually probably didn't need to sit at the crossbows or the ballistas. I could have just shot those logs, and that probably would have helped me a lot. There might even be a way of just closing those off and pushing everyone into the water right off the bat. I don't know. I'm sure there is some method for everything that is done. And, that's an interesting thing, too. The level design is a little bit questionable for me. But at the same time, I understand it. Questionable because the levels are so huge. They're huge. There's a lot of them. I mean, that one corridor, whatever it was called, I don't even remember. Was it Choke Point? I don't know. It's the one where the flyers are first introduced. That is a very long hallway, and it's got like the upstairs and all that stuff. And I just killed everything right in front of the door. I mean, it's not necessary to use the entire level, but where I understand it is that, like I said, there are multiple ways to beat something. And so, maybe there is a method for, rather than just blocking up the entranceway, you just kind of guide everyone, string them out, and just whittle them away. And maybe that's an effective method too. I don't know. But an interesting game anyway. Now, there are 5 missions to the DLC. I do not know how difficult they are. They appear to be actual levels. They're not like, the extended infinite time rack up scores. They do have 12 rounds apiece. And I do think I intend to go through them. But not right now, I don't think. For starters, I'm going to be out of town for a little bit while for work, and so I'm not going to be able to record. But I will come back and get these. But I just kind of want to have my thoughts here at the finish, just in case it's not for some time. I will not be doing Nightmare Mode, though. This was enough for me. Besides, there is the second game to go through, and so there's more to play. But anyway, this may continue a little bit later, but for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later and possibly in the next Let's Play.